Welcome to Raising Wisdom, where we embark on a transformative journey of enlightenment, introspection, and self-discovery. Here, we don't just talk about life's challenges, we embrace them as opportunities to grow, evolve, and unlock the true potential within. I'm your girl, Niko Sicari, the Mad Alchemist and your Zen Journey Coach, here to provide tools to help you nurture, align, and evolve. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Let's elevate together. Welcome back to Raising Wisdom, where wisdom is free. It is here where we embark on a journey of enlightenment and introspection. Together, we will navigate the complexities of life, seeking the elusive wisdom that enriches our minds and souls. So get ready to elevate your understanding, embrace life's challenges, and unlock the true potential of your being. High vibrations. I'm your girl, Niko Sicari, your Zen Journey Coach, also known as the Mad Alchemist. I'm so excited to kick off the year 2025, a 9-year, super exciting, super cool. Today's episode is New Year, True You, and that is inspired by our very special guest. She is a wellness guide, teacher, and the creator of the inspiring newsletter, Pathways to Progress. Please welcome to Raising Wisdom, the amazing Tongela Pope.
Hi.
Tongela, thank you so much for being here. It's an honor to have you here on Raising Wisdom. This, y'all, is the special guest that I was talking about initially, and I kind of left you guys in suspense. But my beautiful, super amazing peer here is, if it's okay for me to disclose, going for her doctorate. Okay, big boss, big bag things. Okay, so we need to give her some time to be able to kind of rest and get back to us. So I'm super glad that you're here to be able to share your wisdom and your thoughts and your insights.
So thank you so much for having me, Niko. I am thrilled to be here. This has been a long time coming. But at the same time, so timely, because here we are at the top of the new year. So, it's especially an excellent time as we step into this powerful transition, this transformational time, which is the new year.
Yes, I'm excited for all of the things to come this year for sure. So guys, we're going to be ascending with Tongela, okay? Because she has some goodies for us. I'm so excited for you guys to get to know the person that I've just fallen in love with all around. So before we do dive in, can you just share a little bit about your journey and what inspired you to become a guide and a teacher in wellness?
Absolutely. So after spending over a decade in the classroom, where I was just pouring my heart into teaching and supporting my students, and of course it was impactful. Some of those same students who will be turning 30 in this new year, they still reach out to me, ask me for advice even. So I know that I made the impact there that I should have, and I was present for who needed me during that timeline. But along the way, I began to lose myself. So the long hours, constant demands, all of this pressure to be everything to everyone, it took a toll just on my well-being overall. So whatever, and you've come to learn that about me, like whatever I do, I'm putting my whole heart into it. So you can imagine my roster usually was 300 plus students on my roster per school year. So pouring into those students, having the demands of being a wife, a mom, all the other everyday things going on, it took a toll on my mind, my body, my spirit. So I reached the point of burnout, and that forced me to step back and kind of reevaluate my life and what I truly wanted for me. Because it's great and all well and good to be there for everyone, to support others. But when it's all said and done, if you don't nourish yourself and you're depleted totally, you can't help anyone. So I really had to take a hard look at what was going on with me. But with all that going on paper, or even people like looking at me on the day-to-day, everything looked great. So it appeared I had a successful career. I had advanced degrees. I had a reputation for being reliable, for being driven. Yet on the inside, I felt like my world was just unraveling more and more each day. And I was very dissatisfied with that version of my life. So I couldn't even say it was living. It was more like being on a hamster wheel. Like, okay, go to work, take care of everything at work, bring work home, take care of home, go to bed, repeat, like constantly. So those experiences
didn't really have like the fulfillment that you were looking for. Like, no shade to the kids in the classroom. And I'm sorry to interrupt you. I'm a veteran, so people always say thank you for your service, but no, thank you, because you teachers are the real heroes, for real. And especially these days, I've been the Lord
so much. Yeah, because people don't realize, like, and PTSD is real. Like, even from coming from that background, because all of the stuff that you're dealing with in the classroom is not just sit down and open your books to page 22. Like, those kids have real issues, real problems, and when you have that connection with them and they trust you, like, you become a part of that. And I definitely want it to be a solution, not just, pacify the situation, but help them find solutions. So that kind of leads me to what happened. So those experiences led me to just a deeply personal journey for myself to rediscover who I was beyond like everything that I was accomplishing, my career, the job, and to just restore that harmony in my life. So as I was saying, like everything just felt disrupted. So through that process, I embraced holistic wellness. So it helped me reconnect to my purpose, realign my priorities. I realized how often we, especially when we're driven professionals, especially women, we sacrifice our well-being. Like, that's the first thing we do when life gets hectic. And it's a cycle that many of us know all too well. And it's why I have been called to help others break free from that, feeling like they're stuck in that. So today it's my mission to empower, us ambitious women, individuals, to prioritize our wellness without compromising our goals. We can do both, because we just talked about all that I'm doing outside of building my business. Like, it's possible, and you can thrive and still be happy. So, and we deserve that. So not just out here surviving and not just go to work, come home, go to work, come home. No, you can enjoy life. So I'm here to help others find that harmony in their lives by integrating wellness into their personal and their professional journeys. So what I'm doing now is not just a career for me. Like, even though, I'm working on another advanced degree, like, it's really a calling for me. And I'm, really driven to help others.
It is absolutely so inspiring. Well, y'all know I'd be extra. So thank you for sharing that, for sure. Let me tell you guys how we met. So what was I doing? I was looking for friends on Instagram, and I came across her. And was it that, or was it on? Instagram. Yeah, it was on Instagram. Yeah, it was Instagram, and we just linked up. And she just had like wonderful energy and received my energy. And we had a collaboration meeting that ended up turning into a whole forever sisterhood.
Yes, so, absolutely.
Yes, absolutely. Tongela is definitely a part of my wellness circle. And it's just been a pleasure to know you like this far on. So again, I'm so grateful that you're here on the show. We have lots and lots to learn. Before we get into all of that, of course, you're so very welcome all the time.
And it's beautiful.
Before we get into all the nitty gritty and the surprises that we have for you guys as well, let's talk about the celestial energy. Okay, look at your face.
Good stuff.
We're working with right now, this celestial energy we're working with. So the Black New Moon was just last night. I don't know if you guys were outside but it was very interesting. I think I saw like 3 entities. I'm no lie. I recorded it and everything, and I was like, am I drunk? Because I had some bottles of the little thingies of wine, a few of them.
I don't think
and
it was
I was just
that
like,
though.
are my eyes deceiving me? And I had a whole old lady moment. I went in the house. I got my glasses. I was like, because I know. Listen, I need to put the bottle down.
I don't think it was that, sis.
No, there were little. It was something else out there.
There were things to be seen.
It was lots of things. And but it didn't feel like it was threatening. It felt very warm and non-threatening. I mean, it was pretty cool to experience. I totally recorded it because I was cleaning the house. Were you guys cleaning? Like,
look,
today is what, the 31st. So tomorrow will be New Year's. By the time you guys see this, it'll be sometime Sunday, whenever that is. Okay, don't make me get the counting and stuff because the wine is probably lingering a little bit afterwards. Anyway, okay. So for those of you who may not know, a black new moon is a rare occurrence when there are 2 new moons in a single month. So there was one last night and there will be another one tonight. It's just seen in different parts of the world. Like, I believe for us, it was last night, and for like Europe, Africa, and other nations, it'll be tonight. Anyway, it's super incredible. So like the time to have your intention setting, making sure that you are manifesting and just letting go what no longer serves you, because we're not going. We're not bringing it into the 20 of the 25. It's the 9-year, very divine, a jubilee. So make sure that you're staying on, on top of things. Tongela, how do you connect with your energy during the new moon phase?
So Niko, we've talked about zodiac before, and I'm a Cancer, so we are the moon children.
Yeah.
I am a true moon child. I've always been like fascinated by the moon. If you look at my phone, there's like a bazillion pictures of the moon. So I was laughing at you saying you was like outside. That's me. I'm outside like with my phone zooming all the way in, taking pictures, seeing what I can see. So yeah, I have a deep connection with the moon, with the moon's energy, and the new moon, of course, holds special significance in my practice, and with this being a special one, because you did a great job of explaining the black moon. So it's pretty much like the term blue moon, which is when you have 2 full moons in a month, but this is like rare. Like, we always hear the term like once in a blue moon, but
yeah,
I don't really hear about that black moon. So I'm like, come on through. So yeah, the energy.
I don't think I've ever heard of a black moon, so I was a little creeped out at first, and I was like, is this supposed to be happening? What part of the timeline is
how they try to do with that word black, but honey, I love all things black. Have a black cat, like I'm rocking with the black. Right? So yeah,
just say it's a portal. Just say that. Just say it's
so
a
that
portal.
energy has been real. Like you, I've been cleaning all month, like literally, like, and purging and getting rid there, and it's just like so much lighter at my home. It was really important for me to like go into the new year with that lightness. My office, on the other hand, is still erect, but I'm very like old school, where my grandma was like, you don't wash and clean anything on New Year's Day because you might clean out the good luck. So I'm like, I know I have to chill tomorrow, but after that I'm back on it. Week 1 of the new year will be clean everywhere, so I gotta hit this office because it's kind of crazy in here. But back to the topic at hand, like with the new moon, that's that time where there's stillness, there's renewal. I go back to, again, the traditions of my grandma. Like, that's when you want to plant seeds, whether literal seeds or all kinds of seeds, spiritual seeds, whatever the case may be. So it's a time of growth, because we were on the you don't cut your hair until it's a new and growing moon type deal. So I very much follow still all of that, those types of practices. But in my personal practice, I prepare with different rituals to ground myself, especially in that energy, helping myself to be aligned during that time period, and especially now as we're going into a new month, a new year, lots of newness. So you want to ground into that and to plant those seeds for the things that you want to grow. So I usually start with the meditation. I'll choose a candle of significance to work with as well, and like a visualization, just imagining like that energy just like covering me. So again, lighting a candle, I'll pull some moon oracle cards, see like if there are any messages. I also journal. I like to write out my intentions for that lunar cycle. Again, planting those seeds and, you know, really focusing on those. And then it could be personal goals, it can be professional, whatever your goals are, set them at the new moon and come holler at them like later in the month and see what you have been able to grow and nurture. So as a holistic educator, I also like to help my clients learn to use that energy as well. So I have a community, so we can do things like do a journaling circle, reflect on our goals again, so that we can start setting them when we have those new moon cycles. So it's just a beautiful reminder that we can always begin again. So it's like, you know, the moon like decreases and then it grows all over. So just, I love helping others just embrace that energy and using it to nurture their growth.
Absolutely. See, y'all, listen, diamonds, that is how you do it, okay? Journaling, grounding, cleaning, cleansing. I love it. I love it all, okay? You guys see why the connection is here. So yeah, as the herbalist, of course, you guys know I'm going to give you the herbs to amplify this whole process in your manifest. Here we go.
It's okay.
Manifesting. And yeah, they know.
Yes,
I get excited.
Me too. I start stumbling and stuff.
I dive back into dyslexia. Have to bring it back out. But they know. They love me. It's fine. They're still here.
Look, that's why I do breathing exercises, because I know I get hyped up and outside.
Okay. So yes, in manifesting your new beginnings, just in this whole experience and this time, just moving forward, you do not have to just have a certain time period for when you do these things. Of course, this is a new Gregorian year, so I mean, get it together, okay? Use this week, use the first couple of weeks if need be, but don't go too far. A couple of weeks is a little crazy.
Do it now. Don't put it on.
Yeah, do it now. For sure, do it now. So herbal rituals like use some lavender for calm, rosemary for clarity, and basil for prosperity. Also get you some camphor so that you can wash your doors and your floors, okay? Florida water. If you don't know how to make some yourself, I will give you my own personal recipe. And you guys can be able to use that to make some Florida water. Wash your floors, wash your doors, okay? In the corners, all up in your windows, because spirits be lurking. People be coming and sending stuff, being asked to be sent. And you want to make sure that you are highly protected, divinely protected, all the way through and through. Stay prayed up for sure. And I'm really excited for this new chapter, not just for myself, but for everybody, for all of you guys. So, also, if you are working with trying to understand more how herbs can enhance your life, I have the Empowerment Cleanse. You can find that on my website at zenjourney.life. And we can get you started on your own plan. Anyway, let's get into. Tongela, do you have any favorite herbal rituals or anything like that for times like this?
Absolutely.
Because I know you have your tea company as well.
Yes, so herbs is another thing that I came up with, like with my grandmother. So that was something that was instilled in me. So yes, our tea company is in honor of her. So I co-own Trinity & Co. with my daughter. Her name is Trinity, so it's a play on her name, but not spelled the same. So it's spelled TRINITEA instead of TY like her name. And we release new blends and products monthly, so we've kind of expanded just beyond herbal teas, and we have wellness and self-care products as well. So, but I absolutely do. Two of my favorites to work with right now are rosemary and mint. They're very versatile to use, and they have uplifting qualities, so that makes them perfect for using during the new moon. It's just something about that rosemary, like I just love to smell it. And mint, like I just said, it's very like uplifting. So I will just take plain mint leaves and steep them and drink it. But with the rosemary, like I just love her. She's super powerful too. So good for clarity, good for protection. Like you can just take you a sprig of the rosemary, like that bad girl, and smoke your, smoke your area. So I like how versatile she is. You can also use it to set your intentions by creating a clear and focused environment. And then like what I was saying with the mint, it's refreshing, it's energizing, so it's perfect for inviting in new opportunities and fresh perspectives. So again, you can just steep you some plain old mint leaves and drink it as a tea. You can infuse it in water. You can have some mint lemon water. So there are a lot of things simple things that you can do to just incorporate herbs into your daily routine. It doesn't have to be anything elaborate.
Thank you so very much for your insight on that. Okay, so you guys got plenty of stuff to do, plenty to work with. Okay, and I'm going to make sure that I put her link down below to Trinity and Co. And you guys check out some of those herbal teas for this new season coming up. Okay, so I have some questions for you, darling, because we want to know more about you. Okay, period.
Hi, Vibrations, everyone. I'm Niko Sicari, a spiritual holistic wellness coach. I'm thrilled to announce the official launch of my new business, Sin Journey Consulting Coaching, where my heart is fully committed to creating a safe and empowering space for women who are ready to manage and overcome depression with ease. After overcoming my own struggles with depression and finding a path to healing, I've made it my mission to help other women navigate their own journeys toward peace, self-confidence, and lasting well-being. In my Sacred Path to Wellness program, I guide women to manage depression and anxiety with their mind, body, and spirit, reconnect with their inner power and purpose. I'm beyond excited to serve and support women who are ready to receive real answers and practical tools to move forward and transform their lives. My motto is heal the women, heal the world. If you or someone you know could benefit from this, I'd love to connect. Love with light.
Yes, let's make this all about you, Tongela. So,
look, I kick my shoes off and everything.
Yes, get comfy, okay? Pull up. Okay, so now let's get into some deeper questions to share your wisdom with us, okay? What does living authentically mean to you, and how do you help women find their true self?
Okay, so to me, living authentically means embracing who you are, like at your core. So that means your values, your passions, the things that make you uniquely you. So without needing to feel like you have to conform to what other people expect. Like I spent a lot of time in that people-pleasing realm. So it's nice to break out of that and hold your values first above what other people like expect. So it's about showing up as your true self in every aspect of your life. So even when it feels challenging, if you feel like you're going against the grain. So for me, I experienced a profound shift during my journey when I released that need to feel like I had to be different versions of myself for different people, places or situations. So for years, like I had been compartmentalizing like what I felt like were different sides of myself. So there was the professional me, how I needed to be, at work or in the classroom. There was the spiritual me that I had just in my personal life. And then there was the friendly, fun-loving me that I presented most often to the world, like in social settings. But on my path, I realized that true authenticity is about integrating all of those, because all of those were me. So putting them all together to be whole instead of only showing it in certain arenas, like bringing that all together. So that realization has become a cornerstone of how I help women reconnect with their true selves. And that's what inspired me to start New Year True You, the program that I'm rolling out on January the 8th. So in this transformative journey, I guide you in shedding those layers of what society may expect from you and embracing your full authentic self. So not feeling like you have to separate all of those parts of you. So through practices, again, like journaling, meditating, helping them come up with personalized self-care, because all types of self-care isn't for everyone. Everyone doesn't enjoy meditating, or everyone may not enjoy journaling. So everybody needs to find what fits, for them. Or some people have never taken the time to just breathe. Like, so I do a lot with breathing exercises. And when you do intentional breathing, it can be a game changer. Just like focusing on the breath, it can really like open doors that you didn't expect. So just working together to align their inner truth with how they are showing up in the world. So living authentically is pretty much giving yourself permission to just be unapologetically you in every space, no matter where. And I'm passionate about helping women, especially, step into that power.
I love how you articulated that and how you verbalized that as well, because that is true. People often find themselves feeling stuck, scrambled, and really not knowing which direction that they're going, because they don't have a true focus of understanding what their authentic self is. So, of course, putting all those different hats to appease, different people in regards to trying to live up to these expectations that are just absolutely unrealistic, and or you're just not feeling it. You know what I'm saying? So just taking off the mask completely and embracing your authentic self, I believe that was wonderful advice to give to people who are really just trying to figure out what that looks like, and just having a starting point on how to get to know themselves a little bit better as well. Thank you so much for that. How do you...
Oh, no,
I'm sorry.
Thank you. I love that you added that, because and you may not be surprised, because I know you work with many women as clients as well. So it was a little surprising to me that I've worked with clients where they would disclose to me like they had trouble filling out like simple surveys about general like life, like what they don't like. Like, we just had, the holidays. So if they were doing Secret Santa in the office, and it's like, I don't even know anymore, like what my favorite anything is, like down to the smallest of things. It's like that as women, we are often sometimes stretched so thin, like I talked about before, like we're the first thing that we put on the back burner, that we become so lost, we don't even know who we are anymore. So
yeah, for sure. Like what I've seen and what I found with the women that I talk to, and with the women that I work with, my clients, is that purpose is very important, and just understanding who this person is. I mean, being a mother, being a wife, going through all these different traumas, just learning yourself and who am I without all of these different hats. That was really hard for me because I'm like, I identify with being a mother, period. And that's my life. My kids are my life. Like, that's just what it is. And it was I used to get so angry, be like, no, that's not who you are. And I'd be like, do you want to fight about it? But learning who I am outside of being a mother has truly been like one of the most adventurous journeys that I've been going on, because it's a lot. It's a lot because you're like really learning yourself all over again. What you like, what you don't like, as far as the taste and everything from men to food,
everything.
to the kind of socks do you like? Do you need a heat warmer this month or not?
I don't think I like
you're learning
this anymore. Yeah. I think I want to.
Yes, all of that. Yeah, for sure. So no, I definitely think that is something, diving into this divine jubilee of a year and all of the amazing things that are going to transpire. The most amazing thing that needs to be taking place is connecting with your higher self, your authentic self. So thank you so much again for that. How do you balance the mental, physical, and spiritual aspects of wellness in your work?
Love this question. And I know you're laughing because behind the scenes. Yeah. So I love this question because the mental, the physical, the spiritual aspects of wellness is just a part of everything that I do. So like I shared before, like what I am doing and building this business is not just a career for me. Like it's a way of life. It's a journey. It's something that I want other people to experience. So I don't just look at that in my professional life. It's in my personal life too. It's everywhere. So it makes it a lot easier. So I believe true wellness comes from nurturing all three of those aspects and having them in harmony. Another thing that I learned on this journey, we oftentimes, and especially as a recovering perfectionist, and I still stumble with that, especially being a student again, like I'm going all A's or nothing. So, but it's like when I hear that word balance, it makes me cringe now, where that used to be a goal for me because I immediately start seeing those scales where everything is like this. And that's not a reality. So one of the tools that I use is like the wellness wheel. So looking at everything in a wheel instead and learning how to harmonize that so that the wheel keeps turning. And especially as women, we just finished talking about being pulled in a million different directions, having to wear different hats. Sometimes one aspect of our life may need more attention than another area, depleting that, and that's okay. Like we need to learn that everything's not going to always be like this, but we need to learn to keep that wheel rolling and not deplete ourselves in that process. So that's one of the things that I really focus on, is that harmony piece. Just keep everything flowing versus let me get everything perfectly lined up. That's an illusion to me. And far as like mentally, I focus on the practices. So how can I cultivate clarity, resilience? Like as women, especially Black women, we got that resilience thing down. So it kicks in for us a lot. But like backing that up now with journaling, so then I can take those journals and I can look back on what I've been able to overcome, what I've been able to achieve, using the mindfulness exercises that I've been learning, like through my personal journey, now learning in my educational journey, furthering my educational journey. So a lot that I like to share with my clients is I'm not just up here trying to tell you what to do. Like this is my life, my way of living, and I definitely want to practice what I'm preaching to everyone else. And of course, like everyone else, I have my moments. We have our weekly meetings. Stuff happens behind the scenes, but that those skills start to kick in. It's like but you're allowed to feel your emotions. Like I'm not a robot. So, I feel the emotions, I go through them, but I don't let them overtake me. And the skills start to kick in and help me get the wheel moving again. So I encourage my clients to identify things when they're happening, not just push them under the rug. Look them in the face it, deal with it. Like we're not doing that under the rug thing. Like, oh no, I'm fine. We're not doing that. So instead, like replacing that with empowering practices that you can replace that with, instead of masking or just hiding what's going on. Physically, I have started like prioritizing movement when the weather is permitting, because we've even had some 70-degree, days these past weeks. I like to get outside. I've been walking at least 2 miles a day. I'm working on getting like an exercise bike when the weather's not permitting, because here in Virginia, it likes to get freezing cold in like February, March. So it would be a while before I can get back outside walking. So finding ways to just move. I love dancing, just like incorporating movements, not feeling like you have to be trapped at your desk because you have deadlines. We all have stuff going on, but I found that when I take that time to take breaks, like I come back even stronger. Like I come back being able to accomplish more than if I kept pushing myself and tried to push through the brain fog. It's like you come back refreshed, renewed, ready to do more. So I stopped looking at it as, oh, I should be doing this instead of out doing this. So take those breaks, get outside, get some fresh air when you can. Spiritually, I embrace practices that help me connect with my inner self, connect to a higher power, connect to the world around me. So like I said, just getting out into nature, breathing in some fresh air, stand next to a tree, put your feet in some grass. Like we fail to realize like how much nature actually helps us. Nature is medicine. Nature can change some things in your body. So that's very important. So that's not just physical, it's a spiritual practice.
Absolutely.
That's, the Most High's creations out there. So who could have better medicine for you? So it also includes meditation, prayer, the different practices that we talked about earlier, like setting those intentions at the new moon, doing things at the full moon. Encourage clients to find what resonates with them. I know that everything I do may not work for everyone else. So when I'm teaching, especially in a group setting, I tell them take what speaks to them and leave the rest. So I know that everything is not for everybody. So simply, take what resonates and go from there. So we talked about grounding exercises. So like I said, what a game changer, like just putting your feet on the ground can do. Because when you think about how rare it is for us to take our shoes and our socks off, like, and connect with the earth, but try it and see, like, if you can, tell the difference. And then I've, again, just like encompass all these things to fit into the program New Year True You, to help women especially align all those aspects, the mental, the physical, and their spiritual well-being, so that they can create that harmonious, authentic life that they're looking for. So yeah, just helping them find what feels natural and, most importantly, sustainable, not feeling like they have to do all of the things. Like, make sure it's something that you can keep up for yourself.
High vibrations, everyone. Oh my gosh. We're cracking up because I'm a little off a little bit, y'all. So look, your response just now and the breakdown of how you deal with everything when you're talking about balance, because we talk about balance a lot on this show. And I like that you talked about the wheel, and that's so important, because I think you can get very anxious when you're thinking about that balance and you're like, okay, well, that means that I need to do equal portions, equal amounts of this and that. And when it doesn't look like it's coming together, everything falls apart, when that's not necessarily how balance works. We're supposed to be nurturing and aligning so that we can evolve in the spaces that need us the most in whatever time that you're dealing with and what you're whatever you're going through. So I'm glad that you did bring that up. If you ladies and some of you guys are gents, I know it's a lot of gentlemen that watches as well, want access to the wheel that we're speaking to, I will provide a link so that you will be able to have that for yourself moving on into this year. So you can kind of regulate the crazy, okay? Thank you so much.
What I love about the wheel too is like it gives me that visual because it actually has categories on it, and you just like shade it in so you can see where you may be like. And I'm gonna be transparent and honest. Like my spiritual is always like on point. It's at 9 or 10. But you know what? That fun play, that area is usually like a 3 or a 2. So it's like giving me that visual of like, okay, you're cool here. So even if you're in like the 4 or 5 area, you're doing a little something in there. But when you see those 3s and 2s and 1s, that's an area where you need to do, it needs some attention.
Listen, it needs some attention. That is the sweetest way to put it. Because I know I can be, we listen and we don't judge.
Oh, we were talking about the wheel, and you said,
we were talking about the wheel. I was talking about how absolutely, and I was about to talk about how absolutely boring, okay, I can be because I love being at home. It is fun for me. Like, my girls are like,
we're talking to the Cancer. We are the homebody.
Listen, I'm having a great time. Disney Plus.
Lockdown was the best time of my life.
What? I don't know. So many people were afraid, and I'm like, hey, this is natural. Let's do this all the time. I wasn't going out no way. So in the fun department and stuff, I think that because I guess for myself, fun is accomplishing things, creating things. And it's like, if I'm not doing that, like this right now for me is super fun. And then I'm going to take my makeup off and I'm going to watch a movie. Okay. Eat something. And that's cool. Like, I'm not one of the girlies that like to be outside all the time because I'm not as extroverted, but for more introverted ladies like myself, you need to go outside.
Sometimes. Okay. You
need to go outside. So, not all the time, but make some special appearances. Okay, let people know that you're breathing.
And on the flip side, if you look at your wheel and you always have a 9 and 10 and fun and play, but your professional life is at a 3 or a 2, or your spiritual life is at a 3 or a 2, you might want to take a little bit of that like fun and play off and put it in some.
We're gonna turn it down. We need to turn it down several notches. Okay. Turn it down to notch 4 for a quarter, okay, and get it together. But like, it's good, and it's also good to have a wellness circle, to where you have the girlies, you have the ladies, or the gentleman in your life that can say, listen, you seem a little off, okay, and without being defensive or anything like that, being able to take that criticism to be like, okay, I need to pour more into myself in this area so that I can evolve, so I can elevate and become the best version of myself. I have another question for you before we get into some other fun stuff. So my question is, what advice do you have for women struggling to release fear and doubt as they step into this new year?
Okay, so great question again. So I would advise, much like I did like about the other emotions, is to first acknowledge that fear, doubt, and know that it's natural. There's nothing wrong with you. It's nothing wrong with feelings, because we have a habit as humans as saying, oh, this is good and this is bad, but sometimes it's just an experience. So acknowledge what is happening. And it's natural, especially right now, because we're on the brink of new beginnings. So it's important to honor what you're feeling without letting it take control, like I talked about before. So don't let it control you beyond action to the point where you can't take action. So one of the most powerful ways to release fear and doubt is to shift your focus from that fear to what you can create from it. What is it that you're fearing? Are you fearing starting a business? Then start the business. Just do it. Are you fearing writing again? Start writing. See what it is. So I encourage women to just get clear on whatever that intention is that you want for this new year. What is it that you're fearful of? What are you doubtful of? And just go for it. Embrace the fear and see what you create from that. Don't just, lean on, oh, this feels safe, this feels familiar, this is what is expected of me. This is your opportunity to go for it. So when you're aligned with your deeper purpose, it just becomes easier to trust the process. Trust what you want and trust the process, and just let go of those beliefs and doubts that you're having. So again, with the journaling, write down what it is that you're fearing, what it is that you're doubting. Sometimes that writing process, like I'll start questioning, why do I feel this way? Well, what's the worst thing that could happen if I do this? Like, write your way through it. Come up with affirmations, which I know that's something that you do with your clients, and I do as well. So whatever that doubt is, flip it into an affirmation. Start repeating that bad boy to yourself. Put it on the mirror. So yeah, affirmations are a good thing. So yeah, like reframing those thoughts, shifting, that will help you shift your mindset. And start small. Again, don't feel like you have to do all of the things. If you're saying that you want to write, don't feel like you need to write a novel in 6 months. Maybe start doing some freelance. Do some articles. Start a blog. Like, start with something small. You don't have to take a giant leap all at once to feel like that you have accomplished something. Like, you're still small. I always say a win is a win. Like, no matter if it's small or huge, it's still a win. So don't be afraid to just step forward, start small, and then celebrate when you have those small wins. And just recognizing that growth is a process. So don't rush it. Sometimes you can't rush the process. And remember that you're not alone. We just finished talking about a circle. So surround yourself with people who are supportive, not that are talking about the same old stuff and want to, be in the midst of drama and gossip and all of that stuff. If you want to be a business owner, put yourself amongst other business owners. If you want to be a writer, put yourself amongst other writers. You want to be a makeup artist, get amongst other makeup artists. So start building your community. That's what you and I were doing, Niko, how you found me, like how I've been building my circle. So whatever you want to be, go be amongst those people. Like, how else? So, so whether it's through working with Niko or working with myself, like, find yourself someone to work with you, to give you some guidance, to give you some coaching. Start growing your circle on your own. Find some like-minded groups. Facebook is full of communities and groups as well. Because when you have the right support, the right tools, the fear and doubt and stuff, it won't have power over you anymore, because you're going to be in the right energy, in the right circle. So step into this new year trusting yourself, first of all. So you have everything that you need to create the life that you desire and want for yourself. So embrace that and go for it with courage, and something that I had to work on last year, compassion for yourself. Stop being so hard on yourself. So that would be me.
Yes, please exemplify some daggone grace. Okay. Goodness gracious. We talked about grace all 2024. Okay, so give yourself some grace. Period, point blank. You deserve it. Trust yourself. That was amazing advice for sure. Trust yourself. Like Tongela was speaking on doing things that freak you out. Like, for me, if I don't if I'm terrified of it, I have to do it, because it'll weigh on me. It'll be like a dark cloud over my head that no one else can see. Okay, but I'm going through it all the time because I'm terrified of this thing. And it's like almost as if the fear has power over me, which gets annoying. So it's like, okay, no, let me do something about it because this will put me into a prison. And too many of those types of situations to where you're fearful of it, it has that power over you. And so you find yourself in a huge prison of doubt and fear and just not being happy. And we're not doing that. Okay. Tonight here. Okay.
I'm
Divine
also
divinity.
to myself because I talked about how I want to practice what I preach. And one of the things I've been doing is hiding from the camera. Like, I love to write, I love speaking, but I don't necessarily like being on camera. And you are helping me to come forward in 2025, be on camera.
Yeah. Yes.
So that I can.
And you'll be on camera even more because you messed around and found Niko. Here we are. Guys, we got some things in store for you. Before we get out of here, I want to talk about a couple of things. First and foremost, Tongela, let's talk about Pathways to Progress, your amazing newsletter.
Thank you.
That's helping women create lives, meaningful lives, and just being in alignment, having a resource to go to that's inspirational. So can you tell us what made you want to start this and what can readers look forward to?
Sure, I absolutely can. So I started Pathways to Progress as a way to share insights, inspiration, and practical tools like we just finished talking about. And like I said, I love writing. And so I, established this as a tool to support others on their wellness and personal development journeys. So in the January 2025 edition, so I'm putting the final touches on that and it will be emailed out to everyone tomorrow. I'm excited to feature you, Niko, our gracious podcast host. So
I'm featured, y'all. I made it.
So you are sharing your insights and talking about embracing authenticity as well, how to put that, step into your power in the new year. So you offered some very valuable nuggets to this New Year True You edition of the new newsletter. So this edition is focusing on authenticity and action. I'm also talking about the power of saying no. So those two things are key themes for living a truly aligned life, because a lot of times we say yes to stuff that we don't really want to do, and you're taking away from the stuff that you do want to do. So learning to say no, and that there's nothing wrong with that. Setting some boundaries, y'all. So I'll be diving deep into how living authentically isn't just about, having that mindset, but how to put concrete actions into motion to reflect what your true values are. So again, also exploring the importance of setting boundaries, how to say no, and that in itself can be one of the most empowering things that you can do for yourself. And every month, readers can just look forward to practical tips, personal stories, and tools that can help them stay aligned.
Thank you so very much for sharing that and for creating this newsletter. You guys, make sure you check out the January edition, not just because it's me, y'all. Okay?
Yes,
not just because it's me.
They can sign up on our website.
It's actually
and I'll send you.
Yeah,
you'll have a link.
You'll
have a link, of course.
That will be in the description box below as well. You'll be able to have access to that, so you can subscribe and all of those wonderful things. It really is an awesome tool. It's beautiful. I love it. It's a lot of good information in there with a lot of cool, different featured people have great information as well. So it's fulfilling, if you will. Yeah. So if you're coming for one thing, you're going to get like 10 things. Okay, you're going to leave with like 10 things. Okay, so I'm really excited about this. I'm excited to be a part of Pathways to Progress. I'm very honored to contribute to this edition and sharing insights on reconnecting with self and mindfulness and natural remedies for transformation. And I just encourage everyone listening to subscribe. The link will be in the description box below. It's truly a gift. Now, for a little bit of goodies, okay? Being that I just met this wonderful woman, not like just like y'all are a little late, but getting her on screen finally, okay, in this new year, being true you, new year, true you, super exciting. And you're gonna see a lot more of us. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you guys enjoyed our chemistry and our energy and our interaction. I'm so very thrilled to announce something new that Tongela and I are working on, collaborating on rather, and that's our upcoming podcast where you will see me not as I mean, I have a whole lot to contribute, but we got a doctor up here, okay? So we are dealing with some sexy Saturdays with the Sex and Wellness podcast. This is going to be a safe, empowering space to discuss topics like healing, intimacy, okay, we get spicy, and connecting with yourself and others on a deeper level. Tongela, can you please give us more insight on what they will have to look forward to in this podcast?
So I am so excited, Niko. So this podcast is all about being real, having some honest conversations that will help our listeners navigate their intimate journeys with authenticity and grace. So we just finished talking about, like, though a different topic, about how sometimes as women we get so lost in what is happening in every other aspect of our lives. We don't know what we want, and that includes sexually. So this gives us an opportunity, like you said, to have a safe space to have those types of conversations, because that's really what I want us to start with at the core, is like being able to have healthy conversations about this topic and not feel weird about it, because, you know, sex is kind of like taboo here in the US. Like, nobody really wants to talk about it, but we're going to have a healthy, safe, but good
right,
you know, environment for us to have these conversations. So I think it's going to be great for everyone who joins in. I'm excited to hopefully get some questions from our ladies out there and, you know, give them some guidance and help in this arena.
Absolutely. Okay, like, I want to talk about how no more faking 2025. Stop. Okay, let's figure out some other things.
No.
Look, it's so many cool things that we have to explore with this conversation. Just on a serious note, it is important for us to be able to have that safe space, as Tongela was saying, to be able to have these conversations, because sometimes as women, we don't have mothers who are necessarily open in regards to having these types of conversations, or either you were too exposed or underexposed, you know, when it comes to just sex, period. And, you know, we don't talk about the wellness part of it, which is, listen, this is a sacred situation, okay? Our bodies are sacred. The act of sex is sacred. And we need to unlearn and relearn some things. So you're going to come join us. Okay? You're going to get the info. Because you know I'll be all up in your DMs. I don't care.
You need this. Yes. I promise you.
Absolutely. It will be once a month. So we're not going to overload you guys with too much, but you will have enough to think about. And every month you'll have something great that you will be able to learn. And I really hope that you guys enjoy it. So that's our surprise. Tongela, I just want to thank you so much for joining me today and just sharing your incredible wisdom and your work. Your work is so very inspiring, and I'm very excited to have collaborated with you in this instance, interviewing you and just learning more about your story and what you do, what you're about. Congratulations in advance. I know you're about to go back to school to go ahead and be Dr. Pope. I can't wait to see that, y'all. Okay? Like, y'all, look, it's about to happen. We throwing a party. So yeah, like I just really appreciate that, and just you trusting me in being on camera and sharing you with us.
Aw, so thank you, Niko. It has been such a pleasure to be here. I'm so grateful and excited for all of the beautiful things that we are working on and creating together. Yeah, we have some things.
Yeah.
We have some things we are gonna roll out.
For sure. So I think you guys got the best of the best. Okay, please let your friends and your girlies know. I hope that you guys are definitely you have reevaluated your circles. All right, because mine is sealed. It's sealed and closed. I had to fire a few and promote a few. Okay, but hey, get it together.
Get your circles together in 2020.
Get your circles together. Your circle of influence needs to be something that is going to empower you to become a better version of yourself, and so that you can push past your fears and get to the bag. We gonna talking about that. I know you guys are still waiting, and I'm gonna keep y'all waiting, okay? Because I will let y'all know, when I get to it. Give a girl some time. All right?
They have plenty to do in the meantime with everything we gave them.
Plenty to do in the meantime. Instead of worrying about what happened with that, I'm going to tell y'all when I get to it. Okay, so as we close, I just want to leave everyone with this affirmation. I release what no longer serves me and open my heart to my highest potential. Very easy, very cutesy. I'm sorry, they got me on the wave. I tried to resist.
Very demure.
So let me repeat that again. It's very simple, something that you're familiar with, but a reminder that needs to be had. Okay, moving into this year, I release what no longer serves me and open my heart to my highest potential. Tongela, do you have an affirmation that you'd like to share with us?
Absolutely. I trust my journey and embrace the unfolding of my truth. So it's a reminder that every step, even the hard ones, the ones that we fear and doubt a little bit, leads us closer to our most authentic selves. So go ahead and do it.
I love that.
Do the thing.
I love that.
Do all the things.
That is beautiful. Yes. So thank you everyone for, coming back and tuning in with your girl. I'm so glad that you were able to experience Tongela Pope with me. And can you please let them know where they can find you?
I am a lot of places. So you can find me on Facebook and Instagram, Teaching with Tongela. You can find me on LinkedIn under Tongela Pope, and I also have Teaching with Tongela there, my professional page also. Yeah. And you'll include the links for my website, and they can check out Trinity & Co. They can subscribe to the newsletter on my website. And then I also offer services in a holistic wellness database where they can check out my services, and that's on healme.com. So I'm everywhere, y'all. I'm trying to be global. I'm trying to be global.
Okay. If you guys resonate with her spirit, her energy, and would like to obtain her services, all of the links will be below to where you can link up, you can find her, you can subscribe, you can follow, and all of those things. I hope that this conversation has resonated with you all. If so, please share it with someone who might need a little inspiration as they step into their true you. Be sure to hit that like button and subscribe. All right, I can see you. And also make sure to grab your Ultimate Planner 2025. I told you guys it would be ready. Okay, and it is. Now make sure that you go ahead and get it because publishing is backed up. It's going to take about up to 2.5 weeks. I know that's dragging it. It was worse last year though. Remember. All right. But I'm super excited. This is the Ultimate Planner 2025, the Zen Journey edition, and it is gorgeous. I will tell you guys the story behind the illustration for the cover. I can do that like next episode because y'all nosy and I know what y'all waiting for. But anyway, what else did I want to tell you guys about? I think that's it. Yeah, just make sure that you go ahead and grab that. The link will be below for that. And don't forget to subscribe to Tongela's newsletter, Pathways to Progress, and keep an eye out for our upcoming podcast, Sex and Wellness, okay? On Spicy Saturdays. Yeah. It's gonna get cute. Yeah. I think that's about it. So until next time, in a world where gossip rules, I am so very grateful that you come back to shine the gems on your crown here on Raising Wisdom, where wisdom is free. So have a wonderful and prolific rest of your week. Have a beautiful start to your year, being your true you. Love with light.
Happy New Year.
Peace.